Happy Sunday after Thanksgiving in the United States anyway. It is good to have you all here. I am, let me go ahead, I'm going to hit record here. I am recording this just so you all know. Not that it's a big deal because we're live right now. We've got a bunch of you on the air. My microphone might be a little hot. Let me make a little adjustment here on that too. I did some changing. Things have changed. Let me go ahead and get rid of this too, and I'll kind of talk through that before we welcome everybody on chat. A couple of changes. First of all, there's a little bit of a different camera right here that you're looking at. Nothing significantly different than what you've seen before, but it is design. I moved that one up here to allow me to do more of this. You remember in some of my other live streams I have problems getting close in. We can get a little closer in now. So we have that option, which should be nice for this because we're going to be doing something I've been looking forward to for a long time. This is the Atari 2600 Plus, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Should be a fun way to kind of gear us up and get us ready for the holiday. Christmas coming up next. For those in the U.S., we all just celebrated Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to all of my U.S. watchers out there, all the viewers, all the U.S. viewers in the chat room. Let me know if you celebrated Thanksgiving, and if you did, do you have an interesting Thanksgiving moment, or better yet, did you integrate any retro computing into your Thanksgiving? I kind of did. We had a game system upstairs and played a few games. So that was kind of fun just to do that. But let me know in chat if you did something like that. The other change that hopefully this camera will do, I don't know if you remember, we used to have some problems with it bombing out on focusing. I think that's corrected too. I also moved a couple of things around so that I can hopefully be better at this. So we do have our desk view here. We do have our studio view, and you can see I have some things over here we're going to need for the live stream today. I've also kind of changed the colors. That's probably better over here. Got the little green and red going for Christmas back here. That's about the extent of my Christmas decorating so far, but I need to get ready because December's right around, and we actually put the tree up yesterday, so that is up in the retroCombs household. So a lot going on. Let's see who we have in chat before we get started with what we are doing today. And it's actually been pretty packed in the chat, so that's good. Glad to hear it. But before we do that, let's make sure and take care of business. We've got about 15 of you online, and we've only got 9 likes. So let's get that business taken care of so that we can get going. That can be your Thanksgiving gift to me to like this video, okay? Looks like we have in the house so far. Here we go. We have Mr. Landfill, who's always here first. I don't know how he does it, but he is always here. Very first thing. Phil, good to have you here. Thanks for joining in. MadZ28 is here. I believe this is your second or third live stream. Thanks for joining us, MadZ28. So good to have you here. Let me go ahead and scroll down a little bit. We also have Chris is here. Chris, good to have you here. Xander has popped in already. Xander and Chris regulars. Captain Patriot is here. Captain Patriot was here last live stream, which I told you all I wasn't going to do a live stream this weekend, but there was a change because I realized next weekend I'm in Canada with Jamie's Hack Shack, who is also in chat. Just popped in. We're going to the World of Commodore up in Toronto, so we're going to be crossing the northern border this weekend, and there's no way I would be able to do a live stream, although there may be some content, so you're going to be on the lookout for that. Let me go ahead and clear this one out. Of course, we have our executive producer, Mislav, is here. Good to have you here. But he is one of our wrenches, and we'll talk about wrenches a little bit later. Who else do we have? Let's see. Jerry's here. Hey, Jerry. Jerry. I can't talk this morning. Jerry, good to have you. Hello, fellow Combs bits. Oh, there's another. I'll add that to the list. Today you all are officially known as the retroCombians in the chat room. But Jerry is making a recommendation for Combs bits. So I'm adding that to the list. Combs bits. Combs bits, got it. All right, we're going to figure out what we're going to call everybody. Hopefully by the end of 2024, we'll have that figured out. But I'm playing around with retroCombians right now. We'll see if that goes next, and we'll keep trying. Let's see. Nobato is here. Nobato, good to have you here. Howdy from Germany. Norbert is here, so good to have you here. Let's see. Neil has popped in the house already, so good to have him. Let's see. Who else do we have in chat? There's Jamie. Sorry you're late. You're not that late. We just popped on. We're 4 minutes in and I still haven't done anything significant, so you're good to go. Let's see. Did I miss anybody else? I bet I did. Let's see. Oh, Synth, Maurice is here. Hey, Maurice, good to have you. Thanks for popping in. We're going to enjoy having you here today too. And I think, let me click here. This thing is really finicky. I think I have everybody. If I missed you, please chat. Oh, Terrapin's here. There you go. I missed you, Terrapin. So good to have you here too. If I missed somebody, please pop in a chat. It is possible I missed you. So what is the plan for today? Well, what we're going to do is, as you know, I had the Atari 2600 Plus on order. It is here, and you can see that right here, but I've got something on top here. Let me clear this out. Thumbs up on the video already. Well, there you go. I love that. Thumbs up already. Well, we are going to see if we can keep that thumbs up going all right. Keep that rolling for us. So, hey, good. Thank you for the likes, everybody. You all are doing your job out there. I really appreciate it. All right, so here's the plan today. So I want to talk firstly about this is the RetronN. I'm going to give you a little different view here. I think this will be a little bit better. This is the RetronN. This is what I had been using, and you've heard me talk about the Hyperkin joystick, but the Hyperkin RetronN 77, or it's not really RetronN, it's the RetronN 77 by Hyperkin, does take regular cartridges. You plug those in and it works. Well, actually it's backwards. I forgot, it's a weird thing. There you go. So those go in like that, and it works. It's fabulous, and I've featured this on the channel, and I'm just going to go on record as saying I don't know how you can top that device, and there's several reasons. One of them is it's already out there, it's fast, it's compact, I really like it, but the other thing is you can put something on here called Stella, and it lets you use an SD card to load up ROMs. Now it does have HDMI and everything else. It's also got some other fun things. It's got the freezer switch on it, the 4x3 color, black and white, all kinds of fun stuff. It's powered by micro USB. So it's really a great device. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the heck out of it, come to think of it. I mean, I use this a lot. When I need a good Atari 2600 fix, this is where I go. They also have this great joystick called the Ranger. This is called the Trooper. This is called the Ranger. And the Ranger is really kind of neat because I think this is a Ranger. Is this the Ranger? I may have lied to you. Yeah, it's the Ranger. There we go. See if we get that focus in. There we go. It is great because it is a joystick with a paddle controller. So that's kind of nice. And we're going to try that on here and see if that actually works. So this is the high bar. This system is the high bar that Atari 2600 Plus has to beat. And I'm just not sure they can do it, but I wanted it. I wanted to try it and see. And we're going to give that a shot. So let me go ahead right now. And let's go ahead and put this over here and get it out of the way. Let me take out this. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Pacman, the worst version of Pacman ever on the Atari 2600. We'll put that over here. And you can see I've got a whole stack of titles. I'm sure we won't get through them all. I've got some paddle controllers over here, the Commodore paddle controllers, which are basically clones of the Atari ones. If you're interested in that clone video or that clone Commodore Atari clone stuff, I've got a whole video on that. You can check it out. And then I have, there we go, proper grammar. I have some 7800 games because supposedly the Atari 2600 Plus is supposed to play 7800 games, so we will try that. So let me move some stuff out of the way over here. I also have, as I make a lot of noise, I also have one of these in case we have to scrub some of the, and this is from the Future Was 8-bit right here. See if I can get that. There we go. And this is his edge connector cleaning tool, which is basically an eraser. We may need that because some of these cartridges are old and could be dirty. So I think I have everything we need. I also have a screwdriver set over here just in case. All right, so let's see what's going on in chat. See if there's anything I missed. Hi, I see a new retro computer in the back with 2 red keys. You do? Oh, back here? You talking about this back here, Xander? Maybe. Let's see. Thumbs up. Okay, good. Let me check something here. This seems like it is dragging again. Yeah, it is. It's dragging again on the thing. Let's see. Thumbs. Jerry, I disagree. I love the 2600 version. Oh, do you really? Of Pacman? As bad as it is, there are so many. Well, that's true. You know, because everybody bought that title, and we all just thought, wow, we can actually play Pacman at home. And so maybe we'll throw that one in. All right, so let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Here we go. We're going to switch over to our screen here. Let me move my over here, and let me just make sure everything is set up here. All right, so let's go ahead and open this box. If you have questions about the Atari 2600, just drop them in the chat. I'll come back in and check those out. And then our executive producers, Jamie and Misloff, are in there too. So if we happen to say something about links or something, maybe they'll take care of us. So that's good. So we'll keep that going. All right, so here we go. So here's the box. This is the front side of the box right here. I'm going to give you all the views because I know you want to see kind of what everything is. So now, this is the test. Is this camera? Oh, yeah, look, it focused nicely. See, that focus is much better on this. So that's pretty cool. You got this side here. Pretty nice. You got this end right here with the Atari logo. They like their logos, don't they? There we go. And then on the back, we have this. Now, this is why I like this camera, because I think I can bring this up. Ooh, whoa, that's a little too close, isn't it? So then we can bring it up here a little bit, and you can see we can experience the beginning of home console video gaming. Whew, I cannot talk today. And then some other stuff here. It looks like a little French over there and a little Spanish. Atari 2600 video game system. We get a joystick. We get 10 games in one cartridge, which that's going to be interesting. We get an HDMI cable, which I don't need because I have my HDMI over here. We'll just plug into the capture card. And then we have a USB power. Now, be interesting, is this going to be USB-C or USB micro USB? If it is, I'm going to be really disappointed on a more modern device. So that's kind of fun. Now, one of the things I do want to say is there are a lot of people online who have already looked at this and reviewed it. Some of the larger channels got this really nice big box and extra stuff in it. This is you all paid for this. This came out of memberships, so thank you for that. This came out of my hard-earned, your hard-earned cash. So we have the real thing. We're not getting some glitzed up glamour, although that box would have been nice. I would have liked to have seen that, but no, we didn't get that. So we've just got the standard box here. This is what everybody else is going to get. Look, complete with busted corners. All right, so we are good to go there. Okay, let's go ahead and open this thing up. We need the knife because it's got a little, you can't really see it. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Ooh, wrong way, Stephen. I'll get used to it. There we go. We've got just a little bit of tape right there. A little circle there. We'll go ahead and slice that open. Yeah, put your, oh, Zach's on in the background. Yep, that's right. Zach's on's playing in the background back here. Yep, you got it. So keep looking around. You find some fun things as you look. I've also, there's some other fun things coming. So I continue to refine the studio. Every time it's a little bit different. All right, so let's go ahead and let's open this. Now I am going to go ahead and bring this the wrong way. There we go. Bring this back. Open this up. And here's what we have on the inside. We have right here, well, it is a small, this is not the size of a full size. This looks like about 75% of the full size console. So that makes kind of sense. Ooh. Hey, there's some new plastic smell coming out there. I wish I had some smell-o-vision for you, but I don't. So here is the unit itself. We'll go ahead and take that out here. Oh, it's light. Whoa, that's, you know, actually, I think this might be a little heavier, actually, but you can see the similar styling. They actually complement each other nicely, don't you think? The colors are very similar. That's how well Hyperkin did with theirs. And I'm sure they couldn't use the exact design because the industrial design was probably, I'm sure that's still being protected today, considering the joystick is. So there's that right there. Let's see, what else do we get inside? We get a sheet of quick start. So we have quick start guide here. I think we can figure all this out, don't you? I think this is not going to be a problem for us to figure out. Yeah, should not be an issue there. So anything else in here? Let's see. Oh, box under here. Let's see what we have. Open that up right here. Okay, here are cables. So this is our HDMI cable. You do get one HDMI cable. We will not need that. All right, here we go. Let's see what we have. This is our USB cable, and it is, dun, 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 it is, I am going to open this. It is, folks, it is USB-C for the win. All right, so that's nice. So I'm glad that has USB-C. That's good. The Hyperkin RetronN, but this is older, so this gets a pass because this is micro USB, but this is, I've had this for, gosh, I think 3 or 4 years, so they get a pass. Hopefully, if they update this, it will have USB-C. So that is the power cable. I'm going to need that because I brought a USB. I assumed that they were going to throw in a micro USB and had that over here. So we're going to use this one. So let me go ahead and let's go ahead and get this plugged in, and I'll plug this in, which is really, so here's the one I have over here. You can see it right there. We're going to plug that. That's the micro. We'll throw that over here. It's the one I use for the Hyperkin, as a matter of fact, and we'll go ahead and plug this in right here. So now we've got our cable for power right there. Put that there. We do have our USB over here, so we'll plug that in here in a minute because this is USB. Let me go ahead and put this back in here. Now there's nothing else in there, as you can see. Nothing else there, so we'll go ahead and drop this back in here. Again, let's see what's in this box. Box number 2. I'll take box number 2 for the win. All right, in here, pretty nice packaging. Not as nice as those review unit ones, that's for sure. In here we have the Atari 2600 games, the 10-in-1 games cartridge. There we go. And what's kind of nice about Atari that I've really appreciated is they're starting to re-release cartridges, which is pretty nice. Looks like we have some settings because on the back there's a dip switch, and that's how we select our games. Man, that's retro in itself, right? That's pretty old school right there. All right, so let's pop that back in its cartridge case. I like that. That's really nice. All right, and this should be, of course, the joystick should be next. Let's see what we have here. So far, this is kind of fun to take apart, I will have to say. All right, now one of the things I will say is, first of all, I'm not taking any of this stuff apart. I'm not going to open, in other words, I mean, I'm not going to open it up. There's some videos where people have opened them up, and if you want to see what's inside, we do know, for instance, the joystick is different. It's not the same style. It's more modern. We know the inside of the Atari 2600, the board is about this big. Out of that whole big case, the board is about that big with a little FPGA in there. So if you want to check out the insides, check out some videos. I think Dan Wood had one and opened it up, I believe. And I believe he had one of the big review units. So go check out his channel if you want to see him break it open and see what the things look like inside. I'm not ready to do that with mine yet because, again, I had to pay for this. So I'd like it to work for more than a day and a half. That's kind of how that works. All right, let's just get this thing going here. And I'm really excited about the joystick in itself just because these bring back a lot of memories, right? I mean, this was the first joystick I ever gamed on. The first game I ever had, we did have the official Pong with the paddle controllers video game at home. This was our second one. So here is the CX4. Boy, it's actually really nice. Feels, oh my goodness, it feels like, yeah, it's got the original feels, guys. It is. Got this button sound. Listen. Ready? I can do this here so you can hear it. Whoop. There we go. Whoop, whoop. Doesn't that sound like the Atari button? That's what I think. All right. So let me go ahead and put this stuff in here. And then we'll come and chat, see if you have any thoughts. What are your first impressions so far? While I clean up, I'd love to read those, so we'll come back and take a look at that. So I need everything except, let's see here. So here's what, oh gosh, sorry, I just hit everything on the way out. Everything's shaking. So we need this. Now this is kind of nice. Check this out. Now this is something I wish I had back in the day because we can use that as a cover. So that's kind of nice. I will keep that and just keep the cover on at all times to kind of keep the dust off of it. So that will be nice right there. So there's a positive. You get a free plastic cover. How about that? We don't need that for now. So we need this, and this, and we will hook this up. But first, let's go back. Oh, here, you want a little closer look here? Oh, you know what? We haven't checked the. Let's check out the whole thing first. So looks like we have power on and off. Ooh, man, those are tight right here. We can just flip from color to black and white. Man, that's pretty retro, isn't it? That's pretty cool. We have our game select. And it is the momentary switch, which is nice. Remember those. And then game reset should be momentary. There we go. So we have that. On the front, we have the styling right here. That's really nice. That just looks good. Side here. Other side right there. Looks really nice. On the bottom, we have serial number. Unfortunately, I'm up to 27,134. So I've got one that's been around for a while. Well, hadn't been for, well, you know what I'm saying. It's a high number. It's not like a low number. They are made in China, which the original ones, I don't know where they were made. I don't think it was China though. I think they were made, the original ones were made in America. I don't know. We'll have to just see. And now let's see all the stuff on the back. That's what you're really interested in. Here's what we have on the back. So we have, what is that? I can hardly read that. This is the 16:9, 4:3 aspect ratio there. Here's joystick port number, is this one? It's just left and right, that's right. This is our difficulty switch, A or B. Remember some games had a difficulty switch. Here's our HDMI right here. This switch is, what is it? Oh, difficulty for the ports. So you have for the different players. And then here's our USB-C. So there are our ports. Some surprises there for me. I did not know that we were gonna have a 16:9, 4:3 aspect ratio. That's kind of cool. That would be nice if I wanted to plug it into that monitor. That is a 4:3 HDMI monitor, which is pretty nice. So this device would really look pretty cool on that. So at least I have a switch for that. And I'm sure we'll have to play around with that in our capture device too. So, all right, so there we go. There's this, and this. Now, let's get caught up in chat. We'll do a little of our normal public service announcement stuff, and then we'll plug it in and see how it's going. All right, oh my goodness, you guys have been busy. Oh, we've had some folks pop in here. Let's see who has joined in. Let's see. Jerry's here. Hey, Jerry, I disagree. Oh, I mentioned your comment. I'm sorry, Jerry. I did get that earlier. Mr. Landfill, the erasers I always used but can't find now were erasers made to erase pen ink. The eraser had a little fine grit to it. Yeah. Yeah. This just comes from the future was 8-bit. That's the thing with this camera. This one will not focus as well, but that's okay. There you go. So that's from the future was 8-bit. Typically he throws one in every box, which is kind of nice. See, Jerry, those sounds are etched in. Yes, they are, aren't they? Yeah, I think I have, Maurice. I knew each 128 personal. Mr. Lane. Oh, hey, Bill. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize who I was talking to. Hey, Bill. Good to have you here. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, I think you have, Maurice. I knew each 128 personally. So I missed something. I have missed part of the conversation. Let me go back up here a little bit and see. Oh no, I didn't. I think I'm just missing out here. Okay. Yes, the back oh, I got you. So it's the conversation. I'm tracking now. Oh, Zach's on in the background. Yes, but it's not running the actual here. There you go. You can watch the player lose by himself. There you go. So there you go, right there. There you go. Zach's on. This is playing on the VVIC-20 back here. It's playing the C64 version. Let's see. Oh, yes, that brings back memories of when I was about 12, 13 years old. My parents were strictly against unnecessary things. Oh, man. Mine typically were, and electronics was not a thing for them. But I remember my stepfather, who I was fortunate. I had two great dads, so I'm very fortunate. But my stepdad was into old reel-to-reel tape players. He liked 8-track tapes. He had an 8-track tape recorder. We could record 8-track on 8-track tapes, which is really cool because I don't know if you remember, but 8-track tapes, they used to lower the volume on a song. You get a kerchunk, and it would change to the next channel, and then the volume would come back up on the song. And that's the way they professionally produced them. But if you had an 8-track tape player, you could play through that mess and you would just hear a ka-chonk during the song, which I always preferred. And then when the Atari VCS came out, I was in the Christmas catalog going, we got to have this, we got to have this. And luckily he had enough of an electronic streak, not a geek streak, an electronic streak. Well, I guess that's the same thing, right? That he wanted one too. And man, we played hours on this thing. The game that was big in our house though, and I don't have a copy of it, which is a shame, was basketball. Oh my goodness, we played basketball. I mean, we tore up controllers because we were just slamming back and forth with that little basketball game. We were ruthless, me and my stepbrothers, but it was a great time. It was during the holidays, we just had a great time. So just thought I'd share that. Somebody saying hi and a Bill, Mr. Landfill, Phil to Bill, Phil's Bill, Phil, Bill. There you go. I've done that, so that's good. Friend's older brother had an Atari VCS. I was so jealous. My solution: visit my friend as often as possible. You betcha. That's the way to do it. Absolutely. And play with him, my friend, on his older brother's Atari console. There you go. Jamie says, for sure, those sounds, I was too young to know it was bad. Played the crap out of it anyways. Yeah. Hey, Taro's here. Good to have you, Taro. Good. Thanks for joining us. Looks like I joined in time for the unboxing. Yes, you did. And you can get in time just for us to hook it up, too. So let me see. Bill heard for a second. I thought you were talking about Maurice Randall. You scrunched my brain for a second. Okay, and 2600 had like 6 kilobytes. I'm not sure. Anybody remember exactly? I think it's not much more than that for sure. Kevin's here. Hey, Kevin. Cool. Yes, it is. And cool to you back. Thanks for being here. No, Maurice, the C128, he had the issues with the J Key 7. Originally, we got him straightened out before leaving. Oh, you guys are telling the story. Okay, I'll let you guys continue on with that. 128 rounds. So you continue to have your 128 conversation. I'm going to bounce out of that because you guys are going to confuse me. I'm going to start mixing up VCS with this. And the crowd goes wild, I know. I'm conflicted. I love the 126 reboot, but no Pitfall 2 is a bit of a deal breaker for me. Pitfall 2 not working? Is that what we've heard? That is kind of bad. I don't have that cartridge, so I can't test that. I will say this. I'm pretty sure the RetronN 77, when you load up Stella and play it from the SD card, I believe it works because I've played Pitfall 2. I'm pretty sure on this. We won't have time today, but maybe my next live stream will come back and compare a little bit with the RetronN to the Atari VCS. That could be fun. Now he has a scrambled screen. I have a scrambled screen. Oh, you're talking about that. I thought you meant me. Now, see, I got to be careful where I am. I'd assume the firmware updates would enhance the cartridge capability. I don't know how you update the firmware. How do you update the firmware on this thing? There is no way to update firmware. I don't think there's any extra functionality probably in this other than power. But there's no USB or anything. So can we update the firmware on this? I don't know that that's an option, folks. If not, that's a break too, right? Because I can update the firmware on this all day long and I can replace it. Like I said, I replaced it with Stella. So Stella, bad reference, I know. All ampersand signs instead of blank back. Oh, okay, so you guys keep talking about that. Let's see. I don't think I've ever seen a VCS 2600 since. I don't really have an emotional attachment to the Plus. If one would appear on brick and mortar shelves, I might pick one up. Yeah, maybe. We'll see, right? We'll see what we think. I believe the first actual cartridge console, Mattel Intellivision. Yeah, the Intellivision. As a matter of fact, I was playing around with the, if you were in the last live stream, I was playing around with the Ace Magic AMR5, and I did get Batocera Linux installed, and I put the Intellivision emulator on there. So I'm looking forward to experiencing some of those games. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm hoping for firmware or hacks get, yeah, again, how are we doing firmware updates? I do not know. The old ones you easily can patch to composite. Oh, okay, so there's that. Still have my original 2600 with a supercharger by Arcadia that uses cassette tapes. Wait, what? You could load, wait a minute. I need to check that out, MadZ28. I didn't even know that was a thing. Wow, that's kind of cool. Jerry, you can use a cartridge or you can play all the games on an SD card. So I need to find, I did know that was around, Xander, but I need to check that out because I am really interested in seeing that. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to click on that one. So I think that gets me caught up on chat. So before we open this thing up, though, I do want to remind all of you that you can do this thing. Remember, for the holidays, if you're looking for some merch, as a matter of fact, I am wearing a piece of my merch right now, right there. So if you're interested in something that has a little retroCombs logo, but more importantly, you just want to support the channel and get something cool out of it, here's some really cool things I have worked on the channel. There's some fun things. We actually, there is, and it's not on here, there is a holiday ornament if you want that. There's a bag, there's a hemp bag, there's all kinds of stuff, man. You can just go crazy at the shop. And if I click here and show more, you'll see what I'm talking about down here. And if you're an executive producer or supporter, you can actually get that on a mug, shirt, or whatever, or any of the other fun levels that that you may have joined at. If I can do this right, let me go ahead and go back one here. So, oh, there we go. And so just keep that in mind. Also, don't forget, the easiest way, though, is to come in and join at one of these fun memberships at buymeacoffee.com/retrocombs. And interestingly enough, I was looking at the video I had online. This is from last Thanksgiving. I probably need to update that. But remember, you can come in all the way from $1 a month all the way up to the Mega 65 at $20 a month, where you're an executive producer, you get a wrench in chat, all that kind of stuff. And also, the only, hey, Bill, you're here. So the only level approved by Bill Hurd, the C128 level at $10 a month, which gets you a producer credit, and in all the videos, as well as the here, you also get executive producer credit in all my videos. And I appreciate that. And for my Mega 65 folks, they are getting the holiday gift this year. And I'm a little worried, folks, to those of you that are my executive producers, I have something really special for you. It's still on order. I have to say this, I will kind of give it away. It is a customized item. So that means I'm not pulling something off a shelf and sending it to you. I'm having something customized. And I will say this to you, that those of you that are my executive producers are going to have something extremely rare and not available anywhere else but through retroCombs. So I'm excited about it. I'm just worried because they've not arrived yet from whoever produces these things. So could be a New Year's gift as opposed to a Christmas, but I'm going to do my best. As soon as I get them, I'll find out what shipping is to all of you. So again, a reminder to my executive producers, for your holiday gift, your Christmas gift, make sure you send me your latest mail address in DM on Discord, okay? And by the way, one last thing on an up-pitch before we hook up. If you like the conversations that happen in the chat room, any of the levels past, past the pet version, so Vic 20 and above, you get access to the Discord. So you want to join the regular chat and see some behind the scenes stuff that I've been sharing, some of the other groups share, then you can do that at that level. All right, I'm done pitching. Let's hook up this Atari 2600 and see, hey, we're 30 minutes in. This is perfect. Timing is actually working out pretty well. Let me just check up here and see what's going on. Jamie has posted something in chat. What is this? I can't tell what that is. I'm not going to click it because it will mess me up. That's the, I get it. That's the SD card cart. Gotcha. Jerry, no multi-carts are said not to work either. Oh man, that's a bummer. Jerry, I guess they added some DRM. Yeah, that's the thing. When you go to Atari, I don't know that it has DRM, but I mean, it is their thing, right? A multi-cart will work if there's only one game on the SD card, at least one make of, oh, that's interesting. Taro says, apparently the console doesn't have support for game loader menus, hence the dip switches on the, yeah, so, and we'll see that here in just a minute. And did I? Yeah, I have a screwdriver. I'm going to need a screwdriver. And Mislov says, "Don't worry, retroCombs. If we don't like the gifts, we'll only unsubscribe." Oh no! Oh no! I don't want you to unsubscribe, or worse, not stay as an executive producer. Yeah, thanks, Jamie. Yeah, my executive producer's having some fun with me, so I appreciate it. All right, let's get this thing hooked up. Go down here, clear out Jamie. Jamie, you're out of there. Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and plug in. So the first thing we need to do is plug in my HDMI. So we have our HDMI cable here that goes into my capture card. Now we may have to make a few capture card adjustments, but that won't be too hard. Ooh, honestly, I'm not a fan. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. I am not a fan because it's sticking up and that's awkward. I don't like that. That would have been better down here, right? And I know that they wanted to keep everything on the board up here, but still, I'm thinking that would have been much better down here. Oh, of course that's angled down, so maybe that wouldn't have been great because the cable, well, probably some room there, but I don't like that. That's not a win. I guess I could get a different plug. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so here's this should be pretty clean here. So let's go ahead and plug this in right here. And actually not that big a fan of that either, right? Because they're both sticking up. Huh. Let me show you what we're looking at here. So that I don't make you all dizzy. Let me show you what we're doing here. So you can see here. See how that looks right there? So that's just not something that I think a design choice I would have made. But, you know, there you go, Atari. That is your decision. And you have to live with it. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Again, it's just a preference thing for me. Let me know what you guys think, if you think that that's a bad thing. But I could see that potentially being a problem. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit. All right, so we have that, and now we should plug in our joystick here. The joystick I'm very impressed with so far. So a right angle HDMI might be the thing. You're right. Okay, let me go ahead and get this cable already. And it only comes with one, so if you're going to play two-player game, you're going to need another joystick. Now you could buy theirs, but you can also buy the Hyperkin, which I really like, and you've got, it's good for a lefty or a righty. And these are this actually feels more substantial than this. These are great. I mean, I can't. Links down. No, I've already got a link. I've already got a link for this one down in the video description. If you don't have one of these yet, what are you waiting for? Matter of fact, I may end up coming back just to play using that. Pop that back over here. All right, let's go ahead and get this plugged in. Which one does this get plugged into? I guess we'll start with right. I do not remember if you had to have it in one or the other. All right, now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn it on without anything plugged in first because I want to see what that looks like. So let me go ahead and let's make sure that I am selected. Hey, Valentine, good to have you here. Thanks for popping in. We're checking out the Atari 2600 Plus, brand new out of the box. If you want to go see the unboxing, just back up a little bit and then come back and join us. But or stay around, finish that. You can do that later. So let me go ahead and get this on HDMI, which is very non-intuitive to think that this is an HDMI device. Let me go to my retro view. All right, and we are going to, looks like we're going to turn it on with this right here. So I'm going to flip that switch and let's see what happens without a cartridge. Okay, we get the Atari logo, and that's it. Okay, so if you just turn it on without, oh no, wait, what happened? There you go, loading game failed. Okay, so that's perfect. So, it looks like, and I'm going to move, hold on a second. I think can I do this without really messing everything up? I think I can. Hold on a second. There we go. And you can see there is a firmware. See that firmware? It says version 1.00. So looks like there might be a way to update the firmware, but I still, for the life of me, do not know what that is. That would be interesting. And as this thing is out and people have spent time with it, I'm sure we're going to find some hacks and some other things. So again, it does look like we are at version 1.0 of the firmware. All right, let's go ahead and let's turn it off. And you know what? I don't want to start with this. I want to go right in and say, I want to load Pacman from an original cartridge because, you know, that's the thing that I would probably do is I would come in here and I just say, I'm going to load a game that I already have. Let's go ahead and plug this in. All right, let me make sure I have some sound on my, yeah, it looks like sound is turned up on my retro console here. And let's go ahead and turn it on and see what happens and also how fast it boots. You ready? Here we go. Let's see what we get here. Atari. It's already slower, I think. Don't you think it's slower than what the original one was? Loading game. Now, I never remember that. Oh my. And we are at this. There's a couple ways I can adjust this. I think I'm going to adjust it with the, which switch was that? Here. We're at 16 by 9. Let's go ahead. There we go. So there it is. And I think this is at, if I do this, yeah, I want to keep that right there. There we go. So there it is. There's the game. And let's see if I remember, right? We do a game reset and a game select, and those are the controls that we use to actually select it. So let's see if we can get something here. Oh, I need some sound. Hang on. I'm gonna hit my headphones here. Let me get on my geeky headphones. Hold on just a second. What's left and what's right, I can never remember. There we go. All right, let me get this guy out here. Here we go. All right. And, oh, gosh, I'm a little, am I right? Is that correct? Yeah, that's right. All right, here we go. We're going to reset. Oh, looks like we're in black and white, folks. That's not it. Where is it? Yeah, I know I died. All right, so for the black and white, we have to go here and we have to put it back in color. All right, so let's go back here and see. There we go. There's our color. I hear sound. Hopefully you guys hear sounds. I am going to turn it up just a little bit and let's see how this joystick plays. Here we go. Did I die already? Okay, let's go ahead and reset. And I'm in the wrong joystick port. Wouldn't you know it? Always, always. So here we go. I'm going to have to plug in. So it looks like the default is this one. It's the left one. Let me plug that in. All right. We go back here. There we go. All right. We are. Oh. I'm dead. Oh! I could have won that. So here we go. Let me try this again. This joystick is as bad as I remember, or maybe it's just the game. All right, so Pacman just worked right out of the box, folks. That's pretty good. What do you guys think? That's where. So that is a win at this point. So let me go ahead and go back into here. Let's check out chat, see what your first impressions are. Yeah, I think it's about how it downloads the ROM to the system, then does it return to the cart. The older cassette adapter thingy, Starpath Arcadia Supercharger. The dip switches seem like a very 80s solution. Yeah, they do, don't they, Jim? Hey, Jim, good to have you here. Thanks for joining. Hey, by the way, Jim, are you going to be at World of Commodore up in Ontario? Let us know. Let me know. Jamie and I are headed up there, so maybe we'll see you there. Seems like they could have figured out some software bank switching scheme if they wanted to. I think that's the thing, if they wanted to. Yep, we talked about that. Hello, world. Valentine is in here in the house. Let's see. Yeah, color black swipe switch. I know I got there finally, didn't I? The games are loaded into internal memory before running. See, that's just. I don't think, and maybe it does work like that, but it seems like the Hyperkin is a lot faster. So here's the bank switch. You know, if we get a chance, maybe we'll hook up the Hyperkin here for just a quick second and see how fast it loads the Pacman cartridge. I know it does take a little bit longer, but it seemed like that was a lot longer. Firmware update. Why back in the day, cranky old man voice. We rolled dice millions of times. We expected to have our mistakes rubbed into our faces for years and still have those mistakes rubbed into your faces, right, Bill? Bill, are you going to be at World of Commodore, by the way? Let us know. Martin's here. Hey, Martin, good to have you. Thanks for popping in. Great to have you here. So, all right, so there we go. We know it works. We got it working. So let's try. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. We're going to dislocate the Pacman. Now, here are the games I have for you to choose from because I won't be able to play every game. We're just not going to have time. but I have at my disposal, here, I can show you the list. Hold on, I can do that. We have Pinball, Combat, Space Invaders, Asteroids, Demons to Diamonds, Adventure, Haunted House, Yar's Revenge, which I think comes on the 10 and 1, so we can try that anyway. Berserk and Missile Command, all great classic games for the Atari 2600 for sure. Let me put these over here so that I can knock them down at some point. And then we'll try some other things a little bit later. I do have 3, and I have no earthly idea if these work, 3 Atari 7800 cartridges, because supposedly this works with the Atari 7800. We have Choplifter. These are good titles too. I got these in a bunch, or a batch. Xevious, and of course my personal favorite, Galaga. So those are 3 that we'll check out. They look like they're in really good shape. Everything looks clean, so I think we're going to be all right. I think hopefully they'll work. They were non-tested, but I figure 1 out of 3, hopefully it'll work. All right, let's try their little cartridge here. And let's go ahead and pull this out here. And oh, it does have the games on the cartridge itself, so if you lose this little thing here. All right, so let me get something we can change our dip switches with right here. All right, and let's grab, this should be good right here. So this little tip, oh, come here. All right, so we'll plug that in there. All right, so the first game, it is currently set to, if they are all on, that game is Adventure. So let's just go ahead and start there and see if Adventure starts. Let's plug it in. I am not going to play through Adventure, but boy, do I have many hours on that game. I do have that as a cartridge over here. So we'll have to see how long it takes to load from here, if that's the same kind of thing. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to Retro. We're going to turn it on. And here we go. So this should boot into Adventure. Loading game. It messes with my capture card too. Look at that. Oh, there it is. And let's do a game reset. And we are in. There we go. I vaguely remember what you're supposed to do on this. Now that I have this, I can fight, right? So if something comes after me. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Ah, get away from me. I always want, oh, see, and then the duck swallowed me. Okay, so there's Adventure. That one again, a lot of fun with that. That's one of those ones you can map out. Let's go ahead and we're going to try something with a little more excitement in it. Let me go ahead and I'm going to power off, and we're going to take this out. Okay, now the games we have on here, and we're not going to play them all. We have Combat, which is right here. You can't really see that too well. There you go, Combat. I'll tell you what, let me get a different view here. Let me do my top down. This will be a much better view. And let's zoom in here for you. Ooh, there we go. So we have Adventure, Combat, Dodge 'em, Haunted House. So somebody said they hadn't seen Haunted House since they were kids. Terrapin said that. So let's do this one next. Maze Craze, Missile. Gosh, I do not remember this. Volleyballs, vaguely remembers. I have no earthly idea. Surround, no clue. No clue whatsoever. Video Pinball I actually have in a cartridge over here. And then we have Yar's Revenge, which I have in a cartridge too. So I'm not going to pick games that I have in a cartridge because that just means we're doing the same thing with the little, but I have to flip a switch to get there. Let's do Haunted House. So it's down, down, up, up. Down, down. Down, down. Up, up. Is that right? Down, down, up, up. Wow, that's confusing. Down, down, down. Okay, so if we've done this right, this next game should be Haunted House 4. Who said Terrapin? Terrapin has not seen this in forever. So here we go. Let me back up here just a little bit. There we go. I can get a little closer. All right, let's go ahead and plug this in. Let's turn it on. Let's go to our view. And this should be Haunted House. Here we go. All right, so Haunted House, if I remember, was a lot like Adventure, right? And yeah, you can press the button and then you get some light for a little bit. There you go. And so again, a lot like Adventure. Plays. It's actually, if I remember, it was actually a really good. It was a fun game to play. There we go. Pick that back up. Looks like I just went upstairs. There's a ghost. We don't want to get hit by the ghost. See if there's anything up here. Oh, there we go. There's something right there. I don't know what it was. Oh, there's a bat. I do remember this now, Terrapin. This was a fun game. I do remember playing this a lot. I did love Adventure and played it just many hours. And I think I got this one because it was so much fun, and it just added just a little different kind of playing action to it, just because of the whole changing floors, and you have your little flashlight, so to speak. So very cool. So that's a good game. So we figured out the dip switches on this thing. So let's go ahead and turn this off. Let's do one more from the cartridge, and let's try. Let's see, what could we do next? I want to try, I am not familiar with surround. I have Northly. I think I want to do surround, and was there another one that I didn't know? Yeah, I think that's it. Let's see what surround is, because I do not know what that game is. So that is going to be a 3 down, 1 up. The only bad thing about this cartridge is you are going to have something like this with you. I don't know, if I might have preferred just something a little bit big. I guess you can kind of move these with your fingers. It's just a little difficult. So yes, you can move this with your fingers if you need to. All right, let's go ahead and plug this back in. All right, let's turn it on. Let's go back in. We're going in. This is something called Surround. I am not familiar with this game, so I don't know if some of you are, but I am not at all familiar with this. Hey, we got quite a few of you. We've got about 28 of you, 25. I've only got 17 likes, so come on, folks. Uh-oh. Game load failed. This is from their cartridge. Force switch is wrong, is it? Did I mess up the force switch? Oh yeah, I didn't, but why didn't that game load? Let's fix, I just fixed that. Yep, you're right. I got carried away looking at things. I'm interested why that game didn't load. Is that not a game? Maybe that's not a game. I guess all down is not a game. So there you go. Yeah, I guess you would have more options than just 10 with this cartridge, right? But 10's all they put on there. All right, no earthly idea what this game is. Let me get rid of my little tagline down there. What is this? Oh, this is basically, yeah, this is basically the snakes game, or the light. Yeah, since there's nobody playing me, this isn't going to be fun at all. Let's see if I can give him a break. Yeah, so this is basically Tron Light Cycles or Snake. So there you go. That's all it is. 2-player. I don't think. Let's see if there's a. Here's a 2-player. Let me see if there's a against the computer. Nope, that's not it. I'm doing game select to see if there is an option to play against the computer. Does not appear to be. Looks like the game select is just changing the colors. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a color changer is all it is. So if you don't like the color scheme, you can just change to different color schemes. So there you go. There is, what was this thing called? Surround. That was Surround. Okay, let's go ahead and get out of here. And let's try just a couple of more 2600 games, and then we'll try some, we'll check chat, and then we'll try some 7800 games. All right, so let's go ahead and I would say this is mediocre. Now again, yours is good. Video Pinball is a blast. I do enjoy it. Adventure's good, and Haunted House. Missile Command would be good too, because that's a solid game. So it's okay. It's probably some 10 decent titles. If you want a mix of different types of genre games, that's probably pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. All right. So, but let's do video pinball, which we could do on there, but here's just what this game would look like. I do like this game. I've played this a lot. As a matter of fact, I've played this a lot recently, which is really wild. But I've just enjoyed it, especially on the RetronN 77. I like a good pinball game. What can I say? And for the Atari, I thought this pinball game was really, really good. You can see, I just think that even looks good. I don't know why. I think if you're designing an 8-bit Atari game that is a pinball, this is not half bad. So, all right, so what we do is let's do a game start. And this one, how it works, you hold, if I remember, yeah, you hold back your joystick. So you pull the joystick back, and then I'm going to press my button, all right? And then it's going to kick the plunger. There we go. And then left and right for the paddles. And I like the little Atari logo in the upper right hand there, right there. I love that little Atari logo. I always thought that was really a nice touch. It kind of makes it an Atari pinball machine, right? And I don't think there, and you can do both of them at the same time if you do the up, but I don't think there's a bumper. You can't bump it. As far as I know, there was no bumper on it. Yeah, hitting the button doesn't give us a bumper either. So you can't kind of nudge it a little bit. Or not bumper, but no nudging. That's what I meant. No nudging. There we go. Boom. So this is, again, I think just a fun game. This is a fun one to have out when you have family in the house. Everybody can play it, all ages. You can just have a blast with it, challenge each other to high score. So that is a good game. Again, this is one of my favorite, just because I'm kind of a pinball addict anyway. This is one of my favorite games on the Atari 2600. Love to know why the square ball. Well, because it's easy to flip those pixels across, right? It does have a really retro look. I'd love to know what you think about this game. Put that in chat. When we come back in here, we will check that out. The other game that's on here that I could set, and I do have a cartridge for, is Yar's Revenge. So let me grab Yar's Revenge here. Another one that I have hours and hours and hours playing as a teen. This game right here, Yar's Revenge. I'm sure most of you know it. A lot of you love it, like me probably. It was a frenetic game. It was probably the first really game that I thought, wow, I would play this at an arcade and drop quarters in, and I'm getting to do this at home. And game select, I think that's players. I'm trying to remember if that, I think that's players, right? I don't remember. I'd have to come back and check. So let's go ahead and select one. There we go. And, you know, it's kind of like Breakout, but you wouldn't be able to tell I really spent hours and hours on this game, would you? I'm too busy talking. It's like Breakout, only you got to avoid stuff being hurled at you the other way. Oh, I have it on 2-player mode, unfortunately. There we go. Let's see if... there we go. And you just got to get out of the way of this thing. This joystick... And I'm trying to remember the band. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, that's right. You can't shoot when you're in the band. That's right. Oh, I just flew right into that one. Sorry, guys. I am on the wrong game too. It's on 2-player or something. Let me see. Let me go back to 0. Oh shoot! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 0. There we go. Let's try that. There we go. And eventually you want to get to the point where you can knock out that little guy in the middle. And I just like to stay, you got to stay out back here first and kind of knock it out and then wait for him to fire. There we go. And I should, if I survive, there we go. And we should be able to... Trying to remember if I have to have all of these out first. I may have to have all these out first. And I know this game gets harder. There it is. I was waiting for that guy. All right, we are close to a win, folks. Forget where... Why haven't I won this yet? I thought I had shot him enough, but... Oh, that's right. I've got to line up that thing and shoot. That's what it is. Okay, I think I remember now. Let's see if we can get a win. Come on, come on. Do I have to be back here for that? Let's see. Is it ever going to come back? Alright, so that big thing that's supposed to come across, that's what you have to use to kill this. But for some reason, I'm not getting that option again. So I'm not sure what I've done. Alright, well, I give up. For some reason, I thought I had... Oh, wait, maybe you have to be in here. Is that it? Nope, that's not it either. Alright, well, I'm not sure why, but I thought... Does it hold? Is it... Oh, that's it. Oh, you have to be on top of him. That's it. There you go. Oh, there we go. Okay. Had to remember what that was. All right, I get it now. All right, so that is Yar's Revenge, which is really good. And then the other one that was on there, we'll show you that one, is Missile Command. And then that will pretty much get all of the standard games that we want to play today. So let me go ahead and turn this off. And let's throw in Missile Command. And I hate Missile Command. I will admit, Missile Command was one I just really never enjoyed whatsoever. So we'll play this game for a little bit. I'll check on you in chat, so if you have any questions in chat, put those in chat. Also, if you have any games that you heard me say that you want me to play, let me know. I'll be happy to pop that in. And then we're going to try these 37800 games and see how we're doing. All right, so here we go. Here is the dreaded Missile Command. I hate this game. I don't know why. And I really think it does not work. It does not translate well to a joystick either. It was much better with the roller ball. So let's go ahead and reset here. And let's see what we can do. The joystick is starting to loosen up a little bit. I will say that. So there's that. Yeah, the joystick feels like it's getting a little bit better. All right, looks like I made it through wave 1. Believe it or not, I made it through wave 1. All right, so let's do one more wave here. Let's see if I can... Ah, that was too early, Steven. There we go. This joystick to get this thing lined up. Missed that one. I know y'all just want to see me lose a city so you can see what that looks like, right? We'll probably let one flop in here in a minute. There you go, there's one. Hey, level 2. Check me out. All right, let's lose the city so you can see what that looks like. I thought, wasn't there another point where there were... Oh, they're faster now. I'm definitely going to lose the city, so just hang in there. What you don't want to do is let it... There we go. Hit your battery. Hey, not bad, guys. Did I lose one? I didn't lose one. Okay, here we go. I'm going to lose one for you. Just so you can see what that looks like. Yeah, I really don't like this game. Did I mention I don't like it? I guess I'm okay at it, but oh, there we go. I really just don't like it. Oh, I didn't even lose one there. Of course, you only have so many missiles, so you got to be careful. And the missile count is at the bottom. It's on the base. If you look where my weapons come from, you'll see a missile count. And it looks like I have one left. There we go. Oh, there you go. Lost one. Like a little mushroom cloud's nice. That was a nice translation over to this version, because on the video game that was always the, you know, that's the real 80s thing, right? It's the nuclear implosion of the world, or explosion. Here we go. We'll watch a couple more go here. There we go. And let's see how the game ends here, so we can see what happens at the end of the game. Oh, boom. See that when it hits your artillery or your missile launcher, then you lose that whole battery. So you got to be really careful there too, because you won't have enough. And looks like I could still, I've lost all my cities. It's just me against the world. Okay, let's let that one. There you go. So good 80s sound, right? There it is. All right, so there's Missile Command. That's actually was more fun than I remember, if you can believe it. All right, so there you go, folks. Let's check up on chat. Let's see what you all think. Those were the 2600 games. If again, our selection that we have, if there is a game we've played, let's see, we've played Missile Command, we've played Yars, we've done a little bit of the Pinball, we've experienced the 2600 multi-cart. We have not done, here's what we have. We have Asteroids, Combat, which is actually on the one that comes with it. We haven't done Space Invaders. Space Invaders is an option. We did Pacman, so we won't. That's not an option. We do have Berserk here. Berserk. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. We've already tried Adventure, so that's done. We've tried Haunted House. Yes, I had that cartridge too. And then we have something called Demons to Diamonds, which I have no earthly idea, but it says use with paddle controllers. I do have paddle controllers if we want to try that. Okay, so if they're out of those games, Demons to Diamonds, Berserk, Space Invaders, Asteroids. If you want to see one of those, put that in chat and we'll take a look at it. Let me put these games up. And I'd love to know what your thoughts are regarding this unit so far. So let's see. Let's go back and get caught up on Jim here. Geez, how slow is that copying 4K or 8K from ROM to RAM? I know, it's very slow. It's really surprised. That's the switch trick to get double shots with Space Invaders. What's the switch trick to get double shots with Space Invaders? I don't know. That's a good question. Haven't seen, we talked about that already. I'm wrong. The carts were usually only 2K or 4K. Okay, thank you for researching that for us. Amazing what these programmers squeeze into such a small space, yeah, especially with some of the games. I think Pitfall is the one that really amazes me. I think there were some issues reported with the 7800 Galaga cart on Atari Age. Some carts worked, some didn't, or show graphical issues. So it'll be interesting. Yeah, it will be. We'll check, and hopefully it works. Let's see. The high-res dragon is upset you called him a duck. I always thought it was a duck. Don't you think he was a duck? Got swallowed by the duck. You're right. It was a dragon. Always looked like a duck to me. Always did. That's fun. Whoops, you missed the start. Hey, Dave. Well, that's all right. You can catch up later. Don't worry. This will be online, so you can come back and check it out. I think some folks will probably be interested in this live stream, just who are interested in the Atari 2600. We'll see. So that's there. Fourth switch. Yeah, I know. I was there. I was tracking. Thank you for that. Tron. Yep, Tron. That's what that game was. And that was Surround. 10 games, but possible 16. Yeah, so why didn't they fill it up? Why wouldn't you just fill it up, right? Pinball, there has to be a twist. I'm not sure. I missed something. I'm sorry, Phil. I missed something there. Atari should have looked at the penultimate cartridge for inspiration. Yeah, that'd been cool, wouldn't it? That would have been good. But to say they'd be giving up too much of their IP, and right now they're trying to recoup all their IP that they can, let me say. I think they're to the point where it may be starting to get a little greedy. And I get that they want to protect their IP. They bought it, whoever they are now. I'm not even sure who they are now. This is a shell of what Atari was, right? This is not the Nolan Bushnell Atari that we all knew and loved. Why is the ball square? I don't know, because it's a square. Actually, we talked about that. It's just awesome. Wish I had it back in the day. Yeah, I have one of those. I have one of the older versions. I don't have the newer version. I think Jamie, got the new penultimate cartridge, I believe. That console, a console that would play the 2600 and a Jaguar games. Now that would be something. That would be cool. Absolutely. Combs, did you get your SD to IEC situated? No, I have not loaded it back up. I did get the package downloaded to put on the SD card, so working on that. It is right over there, as a matter of fact. So I will be working on that. So another one of my holiday projects. Unfortunately, I have to go back to the paying gig tomorrow. So I got a 4-day work week, which is nice. I got 2 4-day work weeks coming up because, as I mentioned, Jamie and I are going up to the world of Commodore. So we're there Monday, or we're there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, come back Monday. And then, so I don't go back to work till Tuesday. So there's another stretch that's time off. And then the lovely accountant and I have an anniversary long weekend. So that's the 16th, 17th, 18th, and half a day on the 19th. So there's some time off, which is nice. And then she and I, for our anniversary, are going to a place called the Kentucky Castle. It's an actual castle in Kentucky for my European friends. Look it up. It's pretty cool. We're going to stay in a turret. I'm looking forward to that. Never done that before, so that will be interesting. And then have a couple of days back at work. And then we have a week shutdown coming up after that. And I've got some days off, a few days before that. And then I've got almost 2 weeks off because I take the week after the Christmas shutdown. So I get a nice 2-week span out. So I shove all of my annual holiday, or all my annual vacation around the holiday. So I got a lot coming up. So, and I'll be doing a lot of channel stuff. That's my goal. So the point of all that ranting about my vacation was to say, I will get that working, that SD2 IEC. So thanks for asking. I appreciate that. I've seen that game on the BBC Micro. Is that the Missile Command? Which game was that? It's still amazing what they could do with 2 to 16 kilobytes. I agree. On a console with 128 bytes of RAM. Yes, bytes, not kilobytes, bytes. Good games are not characterized by good graphics. It's gameplay. I agree. And that's why some of these games are beloved even to this day. It's one of the reasons I love Galaga. I actually like Yar's Revenge now that I remember how to play it. And even the simplicity of Haunted House and Adventure, there's just something great about it because there's stuff there that's just fun. I think the dragon looks like a seahorse. I still think it's a duck. It's a duck, folks. Hey, Sam's here. Hey, Sam, good to have you here. Hey, glad you saw the name. retroCombians are in the house. Sam, welcome to the group. Again, we're trying that on for size. If you weren't here last time, remember we have the comb overs. That was an option. The Megas, the Retros, the Retro Amadors. That was pretty good. The Retro Amadorians was another option we had. The Retro, oh, I already said that one. The Combages. We had the Combo Knots, the Combs Club, the Combs Crew. We had Froggers. But I think it was because we saw Froggers. I don't think that's actually on here. And then we had the retroCombians. So those are the options we have. Retroologist was another. The Combsinators, Combs Clubs, Combs Files, the Comboverse. I love that one. Comboverse is good too. But that's the whole thing, right? That's not you all. You all live in the Comboverse. How about that? The Combianarians. That was a hard one to say. The Combodores, like the Commodores, but the Combodores, that's pretty good. That's good musical reference there. And the Comophobes. So those are some of the options we had. If you like one of those better than the retroCombians, put that in chat. Maybe we'll try that on for size in 2 weeks at the next live stream. All right, let's see. Jamie's welcoming folks. Thank you for doing that. I recently bought the Atari Game Station Pro. I found it a bit laggy, and it may have been my TV. Breakout was so difficult to play. It's the Atari Game Station. Oh, that's the one. It's looks more like the 7800, right? I posted a funny, at least for me, video on Discord under YouTube to watch. All right, I'll go take a look at it. And for those of you, Mislav is referring to my Discord. Remember, my Discord is not just open to the general public. You do have to be a supporter. It's just one of the little perks I give, but it also kind of makes sure that we have the right people in the community. If I open it up to everybody, then I've got more policing. I know if you're willing to make an investment into the channel, you're willing to participate in the community in a way that is good for all of us. So I appreciate those of you who are in there. So if you want to see Mislav's video, Mislav is an executive producer, by the way. If I haven't said that enough already with the wrench, you can always tell my executive producers they have wrenches and they get to help with it's another perk, they get to help with the chat. Then check out how, go to buymeacoffee.com/retrocombs, come in at the lowest level for the Discord, and you can come in and check that out and participate in our conversations post live streams, which are a lot of fun. Always love shooting the Atari logo when playing Mercenary on my +4 in the 80s. Oh, I forgot that was even in there. That's right. I need to break that game out, Sam. That's good. Hey, LM, good to have you here. Watched only the last 30 minutes, but I'm definitely going to catch up and watch this again. Thanks, LM. Good to have you. I believe this. I love your little cabin in the forest. There we go. That's a great little picture for you, and good to have you here. I do believe this is your first time with us, so thank you so much for that. My chat's a little bit behind over here, but let me come over here. And no, Heli Zero, I am not going to use that one. That is not going to work. Let's see. Let me get caught up here. I got to find it. I'm on a different screen right now because the other one here has not caught up yet. There we go. Now let's try 7800 games. Yep, let's do that. And yes, first time is Thoreau's Cabinet. There you go, Thoreau's. Thank you for that. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and fire up the 7800 games because you all are getting tired of my diatribes in chat. All right, I get you. All right, I hear what you're saying. Shut up, Combs. RetroCombians have asked for it, and they're going to get it. We are going to do 7,800 games. Now, as a reminder, let's save this one for last then, since we think there might be an issue with that one. We're going to try Xevious, for, I think, first, and we'll do Choplifter, and then we'll do Galaga. Wind it all up with the best game ever. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to start with Choplifter, and we're going to plug in the old Choplifter cartridge. And so that's a plus. It fits. And it says Atari 7800 system. All right. Now, it'd be interesting, too. Theoretically, this should take longer to load, right? Because there's more bits moving from the cartridge to the FPGA in here. And we do know it takes a while. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to turn it on. And let's see what happens. Atari. All right. Hey, there's 27 of you. We got 20 likes. We need 7 of you to like that. Hit that like button down below. By the way, if you're not subscribed to the channel, this is the time you do that too. Go ahead and get subscribed there. Oh, hey, it worked. That's cool. Because I will say, I do love the 7800 games. I may have to start looking for some. Oh, yeah, this looks good. I may have to start looking for more 7800 cartridges. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. This is working. I thought Choplifter had a... I could have sworn Choplifter had a radar. Where are the people? Why do I just feel like I'm flying around? Oh, there we go. Whoa. Hey folks, does the Atari 7800 have 2 buttons? Because I'm not firing anything. This is, yeah, no firing. I'm sure I can pick people up. But pretty sure I'm supposed to be able to fire, right? There's no firing. Here we hitting the button? No firing. I'm going to try something here. Hang on. Yep, it's not a joystick thing. How do I get it? Why would they say it supports 7800 games and needs 2 buttons? You know, this has 2 buttons, but I don't think it works that way. I think this is just a lefty and a righty. So let me try it and see. I don't know that is a good thing. I think a lot of people will be really disappointed. Yeah, the second button is the same as the first button on the Hyperkin too. So there's a flaw. If it does require 2 buttons, I guess we'll find out when we play Galaga. Galaga only requires a single button for sure. Jim says we need a 7800 controller. I don't have a 7800 controller. That stinks, guys. So I guess I'm going to have to find a 7800 controller. Okay, well, at least we know it works. So let's go ahead and let me try something too. I don't know if, yeah. Let me go ahead and turn this off. And we're going to try, because this is really bad, because that means probably none of these are going to work, right? Let's go and fire this up. And I guess I'm going to have to find a 7800 joystick. Warm up the soldering iron. Uh-oh, we're going to add another button. I don't even know how we would put that in place. Okay, that one failed. Game load failed. Let me go ahead and reset, and let's see if we can get it to load this one. I may have to scrub the connector on this one just to make sure. Okay, that one failed. So let's go ahead and turn this off. Let me take a look at it and see if it looks dirty. I'm going to have to do something here I don't like to do very often, and that is turn up the lights because it messes up my balance here. But I need to see it. Those look pretty clean. Let me go ahead and do a little scrub on them. All right, so that's got them. Yeah, so there's nothing on there. There's no carbon, nothing on there. Let's see. I think this might be one that does not work. Let's try it out. Xevious 7800 cartridge. Trying it on the 2600 Plus. Loading failed. All right, that one did not work. Okay, I tried mine with 7800 games, and some games with one action button needed didn't work because they need the other action button. So it could just be a controller. So looks like I'm going to have to, looks like I'm going to have to get a controller, 7800 controller, which really stinks because I don't think they sell one at Atari either. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to try this one. This is the Galaga one. Which I don't have high hopes for. I will just say I do not expect that this one is going to load at all. I do have a little bit of time. If you guys are interested, I'll fire up the RetronN 77. Yeah, that one failed too. So maybe it is a controller thing. I wonder if I don't have a controller plugged in, if it'll load. Let's see if it'll load without a controller. Just a little something here to see if maybe if we don't have a controller plugged in, it'll recognize something. Yeah, doesn't. So that's really interesting. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to put Choplifter back in here without something plugged in. I'm going to check something out here. So basically I've just got this and I've got this unplugged. Yeah, so that one's okay. So I would say at this point, with version 1.0 of the firmware, I think we've got some work to do with the 7800, and I was really excited about that. I was hoping, I mean, there is a possibility there's something wrong with these cartridges, but I really don't think so because they look like they're in really good shape, and it sounds like there's some things in chat. So let's go back to chat and see what you guys are talking about. Let me get rid of this. So Terrapin says it is a different controller. You may need a 2-button. You needed 7800. I'll have to get one. Again, I'll have to find one. Or yeah, warm up the soldering iron, hack something. I'm not going to do that. I tried mine with 7800 games. Some games with one action button didn't work because they may need the other action button. Thanks for that, LM. Appreciate it. Yeah, it is a bummer. It kind of stinks. That video I posted is related to cartridge cleaning. Oh, great. Thank you. I'll take a look at that. I find the UK European 78 controller to be the best if you can get them there. Probably not. So I'll have to be on the lookout. If you all find one, let me know. Send me an email at retrocombs@icloud.com. Or if you just want, or if you find one, you just want to send it to the channel, support the channel, you can do that too. Use the same thing. Send me an email. I'll tell you how you can ship that if you want to do that. So let me see. All right, so what do you guys think? I've got a few more minutes. I have some time. Do you want me to fire up the RetronN? You want me to show you the differences with that real quick? I can do that if you would like to. And while you're doing that, I'm going to clean up the desk just a little bit here. So overall thoughts on the 2600 Plus is I would just say right now, I do not think you should go out and buy it for $130. I just don't. I think there's, I mean, it's got a great feel to it, right? It feels like a 2600. It's got the great, the joystick's good. It feels like the original joystick, but because of the weirdness of some of this stuff, I mean, just, yeah, and I guess this is retro, but I think your Atari, you could do something better than this for the game you're going to feature with this. Yeah, it's okay, and it's pretty light, and again, we're version 1.0. I don't know how we're going to update the firmware. I don't see, unless the USB port is away, but how would we even do that, because we need power going into here. So I don't know how we update it. I don't think there's, I didn't miss a USB port somewhere, did I? And it's not, you know, there are screws here, here, and here, and here. So you can get inside pretty easily, it looks like, but I don't know how you would update it. I have to start looking on their website to see what it is. So let me go ahead and unplug this. Let me unplug this one. Get this out of the way for now. So you guys, let me know what you think. Do you think that's worth the $130? It does, again, nostalgia maybe, but it's got some work to do. I think a version 2 of this might be the best. So, all right, let me go ahead and put this. I'd much rather play the RetronN. Where am I going to put this? I need room. Oh my goodness, I don't have any room. I'm going to put it down here for now. Okay, so let me show you how the RetronN works. Road trip mission. What? Oh, road trip mission. Maybe Canada has some 7800s. Maybe we can look in Canada. I have to go see if LM. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Talk later. Yep. See you. Good. So here, let me just show you this quickly because I want to show you what I have done with this. And I'll go ahead and I guess the nice thing is I finally have 2 joysticks. So I can hook up a player 2 here. I can use the Hyperkin here for player 1. And now this does have the Stella firmware on it. The Stella firmware is really cool because, again, I've got access to every 2600 game imaginable if I want to do that. You know, so that's always fraught with issues, right? Because now we know that Atari is trying to use some of their IP and trying to make money on it. So technically, we should probably be buying their software, right? But I don't know if that's the case. Anyway, so Captain Patriot's a firm. He's a full thumbs down, guys. So there's a way to do it. Share whether you're a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the Atari 2600. Now let me see if I can convince you this thing. So this thing, I say I didn't need a different power supply. This thing, though, I think I can convince you. Because it, again, uses cartridges. And other than the micro USB, it's got a lot of good stuff going for it. Let me go ahead and plug this in. Again, I've got a newer firmware on it, so I've updated it. You can see the small form factor. It does use cartridges. Let's grab, let's choose something we didn't play. We'll do these 4 so you can see how it works. And then I also want to see, there we go. And let me plug in the USB. This is USB as well, which is nice. So it'll play on a modern system. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and let's go back to our retro. So this is without plugging anything in. It takes just a little bit longer to boot. And so here's the great thing about this. So I have the Stella for RetronN 77 installed, and then you can see I've got some homebrew games in here, which here's Pitfall, so you can see how this loads. And I think I need to take this to 4:3 so it's not stretched out. Yeah, there we go. And you can see this is just a really good recreation of this game. Now, what I do note, though, is it seems, and I think I may have scan lines turned on. I believe I do. This is the other thing about this is it didn't look like that had the option on the Atari either, is you can turn scan lines on in Stella, which is nice. And to get back to the Stella screen, what you do is you have some buttons on the back here. And I cannot remember. Let me see if I can get the right one here. So you can hit black and white mode or color mode there, although it doesn't work at all times. And then here you have your mode so that you can go through and you can change some things, rewind, you can hit the fry button, you can exit the game, all those types of things. Let me go back over here. And then there's another button here so that you can go back to the ROM page and you can load something up. So I could go here and load Galaga, for instance. And this is the homebrew version of Galaga, which is really good. And if you've not seen the Atari 2600 version of Galaga, I mean, this is amazing what they were able to do. And you wonder why a game like this wasn't available on the Atari 2600 back in the day. And I guess we just didn't know what we were doing back in the day, right? But I mean, look at that. This is really impressive. So that's the Stella firmware. That's what I really like about that. So you can pop around, and again, we can go in here and go to My Carts. So here are, these are, what I've done is these are all the cartridges that I own, and you've seen all those cartridges, so that keeps me legal. Again, me not trying to, and I guess I do have one, I have Demons to Diamonds that I don't have on here, but I have all of these games on a cartridge, so when I play live, I'm safe. I like that. But here, let me show you what, let me show you the Yar's Revenge again. You can see how fast it loads. You can see it loads immediately. Unlike the cartridge on the Atari 2600, we're playing immediately. I mean, we're going at it. And I can flip through these really quickly. I mean, check this out. Look how fast. I mean, that makes this like the best, right? I mean, look how fast I'm playing these games. So I love that. And also, as I said, it will play cartridges. So let me go ahead and turn this off. I'm going to throw in Demons to Diamonds. And you have to do it backwards. That's all right. Backwards by this. So the label's in the front. There we go. And then we turn it on. And now we are actually using the cartridge version of this game. And let's see, you have to do on the front, you do have the buttons. So here's the reset right here to play. So let me go ahead and go back here. Oh, wrong one, sorry. There we go. And we're oh, looks like I'm in the wrong one. Or maybe I'm not. Hold on. I'm not moving. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let me try something else here. Let me load up Space Invaders. I think I did. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to load up a new game real quick. There's something, I forgot, there's something weird with Demons and Diamonds, and I don't remember what it is, and I'm just not going to mess with it right now. So here we go. So let's hit reset. And now we're playing Space Invaders. So you can see we're playing a regular cartridge. Again, we kind of had the scan lines, which I like because it makes it look like an old screen. So that's another nice feature of. And there's black and white mode when you're using your cartridges right there. And then you see, even when we're playing cartridges, we can go in here and we can save load states and change states and all those. So if you're playing a game, you need to stop, you can save the state and then come back to it later. So that's just another really neat option. Now again, this is not the original firmware that comes with the RetronN 77. It is something you have to put on a USB drive. It's not very, I mean, it's not hard to put on there. And there may be an updated version. I haven't looked at what there is, but just makes the whole experience, I mean, so much better than what Atari has done with their 2600. Let me know if you agree in the chat, but I just think this is fabulous. And this is probably going to, I think what will end up happening is the Atari 2600 will end up back here somewhere, right? It'll sit there and it'll look nice for a while, or maybe I'll hook it up here for something, but the RetronN 77, this will be my device that I choose when I need some good retro 2600 action. All right, so there you go. There's the RetronN 77. Oh, best price, or best part, 80 bucks. $80. Link down in the video description. I did link to that for you, but $80, and you get the joystick with it. So, and you can buy this controller if you need it with the paddle. We didn't try a paddle game. I'm not even going to fool with it because I don't even want to right now. But that is fabulous too for paddle games. This is a good controller right here too. So if you need that, I think that's that link down there too. This is $30, something like that. But that's down there too. But I, again, highly recommend the RetronN 77. Be great to put under your Christmas tree this year, and then hack it with the Stella firmware. All right, let's go ahead and see how you guys are doing. Close up this live stream for the day. Take care. All right, we'll do that. The Atari Game Station Pro seems to offer more bang for less buck. I think so too now at this point, right? Again, I think they're just going back. They're going to the nostalgia of the look. They really haven't done a great job with everything else. There's some work that needs to be done there. I think what's good about this live stream, if people will watch it, I think there are a lot of people who got this thing for free, a lot of the YouTubers, and they're just, I'm not hearing a bunch of negativity on, at least in the couple of videos I've had. I think you're getting the real world look at this thing in this video. I'll put that in the video description too. I think I'm going to change the title to A Real Look at the Atari 2600 Live. I think that'd be a good name change. So let me know if you think so. Much time passed to learn more tricks. Yep, I think you're right. Sorry I have to leave. It's way past bedtime. Hey, see you another day. Thanks for being here, Heli Zero. Good to have you again. Jim says, how big is that Galaga ROM? I don't know. I have to take a look at the SD card. Hang on. Let me see. Let me see if there's a way I can figure that out. I don't think there is a way to see information. Let me see. Joystick. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. I don't think this says what size it is. 8K. It says it's an 8K Atari. So, oh wait, that's the. I'm sorry. That's Pitfall. Galaga is. It doesn't say. Rats. Yeah, it doesn't have the information. I don't think I can pull any more information on it. Let me go ahead and move this guy back down here. I don't think I can pull any more information on it in here. I'd have to mount it, so I have to check that out. So, Mr. Landfill, I have to log out. Be safe. Good to have you, Phil. Thanks for joining again, as always. Appreciate you. Captain Patriot says he likes that system better, and I think you're talking about the RetronN. Again, price, everything, I think, is just better. Xander agrees. The new Atari is a $130 paperweight. Yeah, at this point, maybe if, I'll keep an open mind when I figure out, first of all, how we're going to upgrade the firmware. And then secondly, if we can upgrade the firmware. But it's got some work, especially, I don't like that they're touting, hey, you can play 7,800 games when we had 1 out of 3 work, right? And I'm pretty sure it doesn't say anywhere that you need that controller. I'm going to go back and look, but I know on the box that, you know what, let's take a look at the box. Hold on. What does the box say? The box says, well, they really just touted it as an Atari 2600 plus game system. It doesn't say anything else about 7,800 games on the box. So somebody buying it would just as probably, but still on their website, they do say it will play 7,800 games. So I think there should be some more information about that. So, well, I hate, I don't feel bad now, Terrapin, that I've created a $130 paperweight with your all's money. Oh well, we live and learn, right? Take the parts of that console and build into an Atari 2600 plus. Ooh, that could be really interesting, right? If I could convert everything from the RetronN and sneak it into that somehow. Say 1, 2. I don't have enough. I'd have to put some switches on the back. That'd be an interesting project. Mislav, enjoy your trip. Well, thank you, Mislav. We will. We'll be safe too while we're doing it. Have you looked into the Philips CDI systems like Dragon's Lair? I have not, Mad Z28. Have not done that at all, so might have to check that out at some point. All right, so let me come back over here, and let's go ahead and start bringing up a little bit of our music. There we go. And see if there's any last things that you all have in chat. If not, just again, here's what's coming up. I've told you all about my vacations. We've taken a look at this Atari now, and again, it'll probably end up back here somewhere. Got several projects on tap. I think I'm going to have a prepared video on the Atari and the RetronN, thinking about that. Might get back, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if there's, but there's some things I would like, I think, to talk about. I do have still this on tap. This is hopefully what I'm going to be doing for my Christmas vacation break, is trying to get that USB drive floppy, that, oh shoot, what's that thing called? Holy cow, I can't remember what it's called. What's this thing called, guys? GoTech, there we go. Whew, gosh, the GoTech installed. And then I've got a couple of surprises, I think, for you. There will be some kind of holiday live stream. I'm already starting to prepare for that. So thank you, GoTech. I appreciate it. That will be coming up in probably a couple of weeks. I'll keep you in the loop on that. Make sure you check out my Twitter. All you Discord folks, you know, you'll get the information that you need. And then for next week, for the World of Commodore trip, I'll probably be doing some stuff in the Discord, some behind the scenes stuff. So if you want to follow along, and I'm sure there'll be some kind of video afterwards that we'll do to highlight our trip. So that's in place. And then, you know, hopefully, Jamie, over the break, maybe we can finally get those PDPs running. It's sitting right there still. And maybe we can get our solder party going and get that thing done. And I do have an Apple IIc project. I got a lot going on. I don't have enough time. So that's kind of what's coming up. If you have any suggestions for things you would like to see in ahead of that, let me know. Also, don't forget, membership and support to the channel also gets you the monthly newsletter. Wait a minute, the monthly newsletter, that's going to be due in 4 days. I'm going to need to get to work on that. Maybe I'll finish that up this weekend. So the monthly newsletter will go out. And don't forget, members, send me your last bites in the next couple of days so I can get those entered in the newsletter, the things that you want to share with everybody else. All right, that's it for me. Thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate you joining my look at the Atari 2600 Plus. Not as good as I had hoped it would be, but still a fun time with you. And I'll take it as a win. For $130, I got to spend a Sunday afternoon with all of you after Thanksgiving. Hey, happy Thanksgiving for all of you in the U.S. Happy Black Friday to the rest of you who did all of your shopping. I got most of my shopping done. And happy Cyber Monday Eve to all of you as you hopefully finalize your shopping for the holidays. I know, again, I think I'm done. So looking good. Oh, I should mention this. I do have found a great deal on a couple of things for the studio. Those are coming in this week, and hopefully I'll have those in maybe by the next live stream, and I can kind of tell you what's going on there. What it's going to do is, one of the things it's going to do is help me streamline a few things and reduce and minimize some power and cable needs, so that's coming too. So I'm looking forward to that. So I got lucky and found something. So I think that's it for me. So retroCombs out. See you guys later. Again, have a great rest of your holiday weekend. See you in 2 weeks. But see you online in the Discord, and also see you on Twitter, Facebook, Mastodon, wherever else you follow me. I'll post a few things. So see you guys. Have a good one.